Hi, I'm Steve Wolfson, licensed marriage and family therapist in California and registered clinical psychologist in Australia and New Zealand. I'd like to introduce you to Neurocog, a powerful app for coaches, counselors, and psychotherapists that increases the effectiveness of your sessions. It has several ways to engage clients, track their progress, and adjust to their needs. And it does it in a way that encourages client involvement by avoiding stigmatizing and confusing jargon. I'll do a quick overview of the app now. Neurocog can be used by clients on their own between sessions. At its core, Neurocog measures emotions in a learning tool called the EmotionLog, or EL for short. This simple but powerful self-reporting affect measure helps clients understand, quantify, and track their feelings, which are at the center of almost all the reasons they have come to you in the first place. The EL creates and analyzes client data, providing both client progress and practitioner effectiveness reports. The EL button is prominent on the home screen. Exercises between sessions help clients build skills. From the home screen, clients can navigate to exercises by either touching a brain area or from the menu below. The EL records 4 emotion levels and lets clients add descriptive feeling words from 3 perspectives: themselves, others, and overall. Decades of research driven by theory support the 4 emotion model, specifying descriptive language for all 3 domains of human perspective: first, second, and third person. The exercises and the feedback log are also drawn from established psychotherapy research, programs, and worksheets, all of which has been integrated and simplified for ease of use. For more information, go on our website, www.neurocogsystem.com. We also have a clinical manual available for purchase on our website that goes into both the theory and the practice of the Neurocog System, a science-based approach to integrated psychotherapy. Let me show you now how the app can be a powerful tool set in your practice. First, the app is free and downloadable from Apple Store or Google Play, so you can easily recommend it to your clients to try. This is a good idea to do as early as possible, ideally at the same time you agree to first see the client. That way, they can try Neurocog out and get familiar with it before your first session. At the first session with your client, after getting their relevant information, you can introduce using the app or even demonstrate it if they've completed an EL before. This is a great opportunity to use the EL as an emotion teaching tool in session and to see how aware your client is about their emotions. You can think of it like taking your client's emotional vital signs. Here's how I do it. Hi, Michael. Thanks for coming in today.
Hey.
And I appreciate you doing all the paperwork for the intake. I know it can be annoying to fill out all those forms. Sorry about that. I was wondering, did you get a chance to take a look at or even download the Neurocog app?
Yes, I got the app, but I didn't actually start using it or anything. I wasn't really sure how to use it.
Okay, yeah, cool. Would you like me to show you?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, sweet. All right, well, let's start it up. Okay, great. So let's start from the home screen. There you go. You can see the brain there.
Yeah.
And on the bottom is this big button called the EmotionLog. So just hit that.
Okay.
All right, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to record basically your emotions.
Yeah.
And that's the idea. It's sort of taking your emotional vitals, so to speak.
Sure.
And something we can measure. So if you hit the plus button at the top.
Sure.
There you have 4 basic emotions that we try to measure. Okay, so if you hit the slider under glad, you can see the little face changes.
Yeah, right.
And that's sort of a way to reflect the level of how glad you are. But glad is kind of a general word, right?
Yeah.
If you click add feelings, there's a list of these feeling words that might describe more specifically what it is you're feeling.
Yeah.
And then if you don't find any of these words really capture that, you can just put your own down at the bottom.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
So now if you go back, now you've added some feeling words, and you've slid your glad emotion to the level that you feel you are right now. But if you look at the top, do you see these 3 words?
Yeah, so self, others, and overall. Is that all the same thing, or is that...
Yeah, it's basically the 3 perspectives that we all have pretty much in life. You're either thinking about yourself, or you're thinking about other people, or you're thinking about sort of the big picture, your life or the whole world or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So emotions are tied to perspective, and they're tied to whether you're, sad, glad, or anxious about yourself, or maybe about your relationship with a person, or maybe about things in general, maybe, how the world's going, or even as specific as how your neighbor or your neighborhood or your town is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the idea. So it's your own internal environment,
Right.
The sort of relationship environment, and then the overall environment, so to speak.
I get it, yeah.
So it's a bit of a challenge. It's also a teaching tool. But go ahead and see if you can fill out the rest.
Okay.
And the idea is before each session, I would ask you to try and fill this out to give me an idea, and I'll show you how to do that later.
Okay.
How it is you're feeling today,
Right.
like right now, about these different spheres of your life,
Okay.
and on the 4 different types of emotions.
And so once I filled all that out, where it says what are the feelings about, do I need to go into detail of what each feeling is about, or is it...
Yeah, you can be as specific as you want. There is a limit to the number of... There's only 400 characters, but you can just sort of talk about the most intense feelings, and generally people like to mention what it is their negative feelings are about, like if they're anxious or sad. Right. So those are the things that
you'd focus on the things that are more prominent that you're feeling more.
Yeah. So, and it's helpful for us to get the session going with this, because then we both have a really clear idea of what's really coming up for you now.
And what you need to look at. Okay, cool.
Yeah, what we can work on together.
Sure.
So then let's say you keep going and you finish the feelings about yourself, the feelings you have about others, and overall. And then you go to the next screen if you keep going. Yeah, so just keep going next.
Yeah.
And next again.
Next.
And next.
Okay.
And now you have a choice. So you've finished out the first part of the emotion log. You've recorded all your emotions and you talked about you texted in what it's about. Now you have a choice. You can either select a one-on-one session, which is what we're doing today, or you could select one of these exercises that are in the app. And some of them are cognitive, and some of them are sensory, and some of them are visual, but they all do different things to help build skills.
Okay.
Right? So when we do that, then let's say you go to the top and click one-on-one session. So with that one's unique because that gives you an opportunity. You can record the session, you could take notes, and then when the session is over, click next again.
Yeah.
Now you're back at recording another emotion log, or sort of the second part of the emotion log.
Okay.
So here again, you can click on how glad you are, how mad you are, how sad you are, and you can add all the feeling words you like and all that.
Yeah.
And then, again, what it's about.
It's about,
if you, and you don't have to, by the way, if you just want to record your emotions and make it simple, you can do that as well. And then after you finish all of these, you click next, and you go next one more time. So you've finished all the 3 domains, and now we're at the screen where it shows where you can give me feedback about how the session went, how the one-on-one session went. So there's 5 different categories here. The first is the connection, so how you felt we were connected during the session. The agenda, who set the agenda? Was it more you? Was it more me?
Yeah.
The session itself, so if you click on that, it talks about how the session went.
Yeah.
And then finally, the last 2 are professional, which refers to me. How you felt. It worked with us in terms of what I said or what I did. And then finally, you click on the communication, And that's just the quality of our communication, whether you felt you were understood and whether you felt I understood you
Yeah.
and you understood
Okay.
me. And then finally, the best and the worst parts of the session. So you can just highlight, something that maybe was said
Yeah.
that really worked for you, and
Yeah.
something that maybe you didn't get or didn't understand.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when you're done with all of that,
Yeah.
you just click next, and see, you get a nice report,
Yeah.
and it shows the before and the after. So you get to see if anything worked in terms of changing how you feel.
Yeah.
So your glad emotions hopefully went up.
Yeah.
Your sad emotions hopefully went down, and that's the whole idea. And then these two graphs give us the emotional trend. This is specific about what it's about, you or your other people or overall. And then this is kind of the general, just crush it all together and see if things are getting better or
Right.
not. And
Yeah.
that-
It's
right.
a great indicator. Like you can kind of see over time.
Exactly, and it gives us both an idea of, is the therapy working?
Mhm.
Are the exercises working? And, just kind of an overall feeling. Because I guess, bottom line, it's all about how you're feeling. I assume that's the main reason you came in to see me.
Yes.
And then finally, this gives me kind of a report card of how well I'm doing as a therapist and what I need to focus on. So it's a
Okay.
great teaching tool for me.
Cool.
So then if you click email,
Yeah.
you can email me.
Oh, sweet.
Now the other thing, if you go back,
Mm-hmm.
cancel that, you can just save this, so you don't have to send it if you don't want to.
Oh, great.
So
That's
now
really
it's
cool.
on your log. It's
Right.
on your journal, sorry. So you see how there's a journal
Yes.
button on the bottom?
Yeah.
Well, now you can start actually tracking the work that you do, the exercises you do, the sessions we have, and then you can go back to each report and you can see how well it's been working for you.
Cool. Awesome.
Do you have any questions about it?
It's really thorough, and it's no, it's pretty clear. Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Cool, great. All
And I
right.
can use this anytime.
Absolutely. Anytime you like,
Okay.
that you feel the need, and it can really help alleviate anxiety. It can help improve your mood. It's a powerful tool.
Cool. Awesome.
All right. Well, let's start our session now.
Okay.